Hi guys. So I wanted to do something a little bit different today. This is Pixie. I wanted to talk about body image and where that falls into with my videos. I had an eating disorder when I was in high school, and up until last year it was still something present. I'm happy to say that I recovered, and that's partially why I make these videos. I was not sure if I wanted to start YouTube or not, and then I realized I was like, I'm not making these videos for other people. I'm gonna make them for me as like a little digital diary. So I don't care about how many views or likes or whatever. I just genuinely just want to keep track of my memories in a unique way. And one thing that I've not seen a lot of is I haven't seen a lot of influencers or YouTubers or whatever that look like me. They're either like really skinny and really happy, or they just don't look like me. And I was like, that kind of makes me kind of sad, but I was like, if I want someone to look like me, why not be that person, If you want something, become it, If you want to see more representation, represent yourself, Oh my. You good? You good? Anyways, so whenever I'm filming and I'm editing the videos and stuff, there are times that I'm like, oh, this is an unflattering angle. I don't really want to show my body like that. And I'm like, you know what? I know. I'm like, you know what? I don't really care that much anymore. Because whether I look good or not in an angle, I know I still have I don't care. Like, I know I still am me, and I'm not tied to what I look like in a camera angle on my iPhone. And if people want to be thinking that I don't look good or think that I look disgusting, that's their problem, not mine. And that's a reflection of them and not me. And another thing is that if someone sees me like with a double chin in an angle or something, maybe they'll be like, oh, hey, maybe I don't have to be this body type or that body type to be seen, One thing I've struggled a lot with growing up is comparison. And I feel like with growing up in dance, I was around a lot of girls who were thin, and I myself was very thin when I was younger. And I didn't realize that until I was basically dying from it. And even then, I didn't think I was sick enough to need to do something about it. I thought I was fine. But crawling to the bathroom every morning because you can't walk is not fine. So if you're finding yourself having trouble with body image in any sense, I would definitely reach out to someone. Reach out to me if you have no one, or if you don't know who to talk to, I'd be happy to talk to you. One thing that's really important as a girl or as a woman or young woman, I think we really need to lean on each other, because I grew up thinking like, oh, these girls are pretty and I don't look like them, so I don't look pretty. But there was such diversity in what I thought was pretty, I just didn't see it in myself. And I feel like self-acceptance is one of the most important parts in recovery. Like, not thinking, oh, I have to be this look, or I have to be that look, or I can't be this, or I can't be that. It's important to just accept yourself as you are. Because in my weight gain journey, it was like, okay, I can stop here, and I didn't. And I was having a hard time with that at first, but then I'm like, my body's gonna look the way it needs to look at that time. no matter what I think it needs to look like. Because bodies are designed to keep us alive, you know? And my body keeping me alive by gaining weight, that's a beautiful thing, honestly. And I didn't have an appreciation for it at the time whenever it was happening. But now it's something that I'm very grateful for. But in thinking about it, I have so many reasons to have recovered that I didn't appreciate at the time whenever I was recovering. Because if I didn't recover, I might not be here. If I didn't recover, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do. I wouldn't have a job. I wouldn't have the ability to go to college. I probably wouldn't do anything except for lay in bed and be miserable all day. Which I kind of do that sometimes, but for other reasons. Anyways, it's important to reach out and it's important to speak up. Because a lot of the times, if you don't say anything, no one is going to know what's going on. There were some instances with some things that I was going through that no one had a clue that it was going on. And when I told them, they were just kind of in shock and disbelief. And it's like, no, this is actually real. This is actually happening. And through that, I was able to get the help that I needed to stay alive. I think it's very important to speak up for yourself if you feel even like you shouldn't speak up. That's a sign that you probably should. There are some things where it's like, okay, is this a mental health issue, or is this just something that I can easily fix by getting proper nutrition or enough water or whatever? But sometimes things go a lot deeper than that. And it's important to speak up to make sure that you're getting the right care that you need. Growing up, I struggled a lot with mood swings. And I used to think that they were hormonal or from just growing up. But I remember being told before by other people, it was always one extreme or the other with me. And that was true. It would be like I was either super happy or super upset, super sad, super angry. Anything that I felt it to the extreme. And I didn't realize what I was dealing with until I was diagnosed with BPD. I think early this year or early last year. But with that diagnosis, I was like, okay, I actually fit in somewhere. I actually am not a crazy person. I actually have a reason to be like this. And getting a diagnosis for me is like getting freedom. Because even if I don't change instantly after being diagnosed with anxiety or depression or whatever, I at least know that there's a reason behind what I'm going through. That I'm not just insane, or I'm not just a bad person or a moody person. I actually have a reason for this. And that felt so comforting to know that after all that time of struggling, that I wasn't crazy. When I was, I think I was 12 or 13, I remember I would say that I had knee problems. And I remember one night I started crying. I would say I had knee problems because for one reason, they did hurt a little bit, but it wasn't to the extreme that I said. But I would use that as a disguise for whenever I would just break out crying and panicking because I didn't understand that I had anxiety and I had panic attacks. And I remember one time it was so bad that I was just sobbing in the middle of my dance class, and my mom took me to an orthopedic doctor the next day. There was also one time that I went to the doctor after thinking I was going blind when it was actually just another panic attack. So you might save money actually by speaking up. You might not have to go to specialists. Maybe. I don't know. Don't lie though, that's not good. Just get help, please. One thing I struggled a lot with when I was when I was younger was self-harm, and I still struggle with that a lot. Not even in the sense of a certain type, but in the sense of how I treat myself and how I pick at my skin or bite at my lips, or there's different things like that. And I think bringing awareness to different things as, hey, this is actually harming yourself, I think that's important. If you have problems with like negative self-talk, or just kind of being really rough on yourself if you mess up on something or think that you didn't do it as well as you could have, like if you got a lower grade on a test than you were expecting to, and you told yourself, okay, well, I'm not going to eat now, or I'm not going to do this, or I don't deserve this, or I'm such a failure. That is another form of self-harm. And if you're dealing with this, I'm sorry, first of all, and I want you to get the help that you need. Reach out to people, because you don't deserve to be hurting yourself in any form, especially whenever you're supposed to be your own best friend and your own biggest supporter. I do still struggle with self-harm a lot, but I struggle with it for different reasons now. And those reasons aren't exactly good reasons, but they're not the same as what they used to be. One of the biggest reasons that I do it is psychosis. I will hallucinate and have to deal with that in a way that's not helpful sometimes. And I'm really trying to get a grip on that, because I don't need to be hurting myself, and you don't either. I'm actually seeing my doctor this Friday, and we're going to talk about a care plan to really attack the psychosis symptoms that I've been having. And I've got my fingers crossed that that's going to go really well, and we'll find something that actually works. Because it used to help when I'm on for it. It used to help, and now it doesn't. And that's one thing that is important to be mindful of, is your mind and your body will change over time, and so you need to prepare and protect accordingly. I know if you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, the emergency number is 988. If you're struggling with mental health or negative self-talk, any of that, I'll link a crisis text line in the description, and you're welcome to call or text that number at any time. But you deserve to be happy, you deserve to be okay, and you deserve to not only see other people be proud of you, but you deserve to see yourself be proud of you too. And like I said earlier in the video, it's okay if you're not happy with where you're at right now, but it's important to at least accept where you're at right now and not beat yourself up for it. And I hope my videos, if people watch them, I hope that they feel a little bit less alone, because whenever I'm going to bed at night, or if I'm just in my room and I feel kind of isolated, but I don't really feel like being around people, I know watching YouTube helps me a lot. Because it's like I'm with that person, but I don't have to interact with them. But yeah, I hope you all have a great day, evening, whenever you're watching this, and stay safe.